Okay, members, let's go to file item number 5. This is the summary of the last meeting. Do anybody have any questions about this?
I will point out you have in front of you a suggested edit.
Yeah, let me get to that in a minute. Ms. Rogers, I'd like to make 2 suggestions. On page 2, first paragraph, we were talking about I asked Mr. Miller to talk about Senator LaMalfa's bill. I think you have to include a bill number there on the reference, and then on page 7, I kind of lost track of the order of discussion at the top. Public comments were heard after each key topic discussion, but then you've got these bullet points, which are the captions, and they're replicated, I believe, in the same order following that in the boldface. I don't think you need the first. I mean, as I was reading it, I just found myself flipping back and forth, and I lost track of it. So my suggestion is just delete the bullet points. You have the same narrative summary, and that would be good. And then last, members, as Mr. Grindstaff indicated, Ms. Berman from the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California had prepared for us a rewritten version of the summary of her testimony or her comments that she had made last week. We've had, I think, only one other recent example of what we did. The U.S. Geologic Survey, a month or 2 months ago, had written a letter asking us, they'd actually asked us to delete the testimony of one of their scientists to make a correction and then resubmit something else. And we said, look, the record's the record. The video's the video. The written material's the written material. So we set up a process there where we took their corrected copy and we annotated it. We posted it on our website. And I think Pat found a way to make a notation on the meeting minutes that caveat, let's call it that, had been registered so you can jump from one to the other. I think that's the right way. I'm not enthusiastic about changing the minutes unless there is a clear error, and this gives the Ms. Berman the right to state what she thinks more appropriately would be the summary of her comments. So that'd be my suggestion to you, that we do that. In the future, I don't know what the mechanics are, but it's not impossible that somebody 2 weeks from now will write a letter saying, change my testimony in the meeting of July 2011 in the minutes. I don't think we're in a position to do that.
We actually got another request for a small change to these minutes from one other person.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Marcus.
I don't know, as long as you're suggesting it be, oh, sorry. I think it's on.
Then you got to pull it really close.
Maybe I just have to be closer. Reflecting it however you want makes sense. I just want to say that remembering what she said, she's obviously talked longer. I remember it sounding more like this than like this. I don't doubt that she said this too, because that's why someone wrote it down. But sometimes it's in how someone writes down a subset of what someone said, and just for my mind, when I saw this one, it's like I remember her saying this more than I remember her saying that. So I wouldn't mind changing it.
Ms. Rogers is probably going to gently remind me after this meeting that she had not started out by summarizing the comments of any of the speakers, but because some of the speakers thought that their comments should be summarized in the minutes, we've developed that process. At no small amount of time consumption. Okay. Ms. Rogers, is that a correct summary of what you'll tell me later? Yes, okay.
And I think if people come to us before the minutes are adopted and point out changes, I actually think that's an appropriate thing for us to consider. What I would agree with the chair that once minutes are adopted, we should just say, here's what we did. If somebody wants to send a comment, we attach that and say, here's what they think it should have read.
Okay. So, members, if you agree with the 2 changes I'd suggested on the minutes, on this third one, I would suggest a motion that would direct the staff to consider the transcript, the actual testimony at the video, make a comparison, make adjustments as appropriate, and in addition, post this comment from Ms. Berman with an appropriate notation. Is that acceptable? Okay.
Mr. Chair, would it make sense to include in your motion that once meeting summaries are adopted, that no longer will we consider? Do you think that needs to be in the motion?
No, I don't
Kind of
think so.
formal?
And besides, anybody who wants to rewrite what
They
they
can do
said
that.
verbally would ignore the statement we made, I suspect. It actually hasn't been a problem, but we've had 3, 4, 5, 6 edits over time, which is not a lot. But I think that's a good way to handle this. So
I'll move the motion.
Ms. Gray moves. Is there a second? Mr. Nordhoff seconds the motion with the 2 changes I'd noted, and the procedure will adopt on Ms. Berman's comments as indicated. Any questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Okay, you've got a unanimous vote on that, Mr. Grindstaff.
All right. Thank you.